Hey, everybody. Welcome back to SKIM. I'm Scott.
And I'm Kim.
And we are here to do a show called SKIM.
We haven't done one live in a while.
Do you get it, though? SKIM.
Yes,
but you're
Scott and Kim.
But you're the prominent name. Kim is in there. I only get the S. Pretty lame, you know.
That's how these name combinations work, though.
That's true.
Usually.
That's true.
I mean, it didn't want to be cut.
Cut.
With a K.
But it could have been SKIM, SKIM, right? But that'd be weird.
That is SKIM.
Oh, no, I mean SCIM. SKIM. That's what I meant. I don't know what I meant.
I was like, that is what it is.
Having one of those days where I don't really know what I mean about anything.
I get it.
You ever have that? You get up and you're just like, this is a dumb day. I'm going to go ahead and have it. I'll have this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
I'm sorry, Justin, that you missed the techno intro. We couldn't use it anymore.
Oh, sorry, man. They don't let us use it anymore.
But I like what we got.
YouTube kiboshes us and kicks us off and bans videos and blocks it in certain countries. So.
And then you can't watch us at all.
Yeah. But this little 8-bit one is like the same song, but just rearranged just enough so that the robots don't come after us. And I'm all about that here at Frog Pants Central. Hey, dear, how are you? What's your day like so far?
Good.
You doing all right?
I've been cooking.
Yeah? What are you making for me up there?
So there's a pot roast going.
Ooh, I saw this. Let me tell you what annoyed Kim today. Can I tell you? This annoyed Kim.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Back up. Before we get too far, we're using a new voice and text system that I've been using across the network. I just haven't had a chance to talk about it here yet, especially for a live show. That new link. So instead of using a phone number or using an email, you can still use those things if you want. They exist. But the one to go to right now is voicecast.app/skim. You don't have to sign up. It's anonymous. You don't have to do anything weird. It's just a website. You go there and you securely send your voicemail or your text messages now. It's all set up for that. That just got added. And you can do them live while we're on the show. We'll be checking it or just whenever you want, and we'll read them or play them on the show.
That's perfect.
Today you're going to hear a call that's from the old system.
Okay.
But the new system sounds as good as me and you talking right now.
Just talking? Like we're just having guests on the show?
Yeah, because they use the microphone built into their little phone or into their desktop or whatever. And
perfect.
It's real good. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, it is voicecast.app/skim. All right. What I was going to say was this. I'm upstairs. Kim's saying, hey, I'm doing a roast. And I said, sweet. Let me see your roast. Did I get a picture of it? No. I took a picture of something else. So it's a pot.
It's a crock
pot deal. Mm-hmm. And she lifts the lid and it looks in there like you got the meat and the onions and the potatoes and the whatnots all in there. Was there mushrooms?
No. Oh. I used the mushrooms this morning for your breakfast.
So I ate those. They were really good. Thank you again for that. That was fantastic. So I see this concoction. I can tell that it's going to be awesome. And on the top of it is what looks like, not is, but looks like my mom's pee bag from her rehab place that she's at.
Let me roll my eyes bigger.
Well, what do you call it? Catheter bag. A big yellow bag-shaped unit on top of the beef.
So I made my own chicken broth for it, but I put it in a Ziploc bag and froze it. So it's like this little slab of stuff melting on top of the meat right now because I just put it all together.
And it's going to just cook and melt.
It's just going to cook down. It'll melt right on top of it.
Which is a great idea. It's a great way of But
it is, Scott's like, that looks like my mom's catheter bag. And I was like, I can't even.
It did look like it. Well, we were at her thing the other day or yesterday, her rehab center. Was it yesterday? Day before?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when was I last there?
It was on Sunday.
Jeez. Kim was there yesterday.
Yes.
You did her feet, or her feet. You did her nails and her hair and stuff. That was nice.
I did her hair, but her nails I'm going to do tomorrow when I go down there.
Oh, I thought you said you did them.
No, I was just rubbing her feet. She just was on oxycodone, so she was a little out of it. She was a lot out of it, and she had just done physical therapy.
She's on the hard stuff,
she was
man.
Tired. And
the hard stuff will get you. You got to watch out. No, I guess quick update on that. Oh, no, but so the point is this big bag looked like a bag and it looked kind of slightly yellow chicken pea. And so I thought, well, you were doing a thing like that. And so I made this crack and I haven't seen you roll your eyes that hard in our marriage. I thought, have I finally crossed a line?
They rolled so hard, they might not come back.
Have I gone too far? Finally,
While I'm in the middle of cooking, yes.
Found out what your edge is today.
Oh my gosh.
While I talked about your pee bag.
Talking about a colostomy bag, yes. That's
no, colostomy bag would be the poo-poo bag.
I mean a catheter bag.
Catheter bag.
While I'm cooking, yes, it's too far.
Is that what it's called? Catheter bag?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Holbert can pipe in and tell us what the hell's going on.
There's probably a more technical name for it, but
I like how chill you look today.
Chill.
Just the way you're just like crossed arms, chilling. You got some big old sweats on, just looking like life is happening at a different pace for you, which I'm jealous of that. I want to feel that way today. I don't feel that way at all today. Today I feel like all the pressures of everything. Yeah. Not a good day for me. It's just one of those days where it seems like, and I've had, I don't know, 6 or 7 text conversations and email conversations with some people that I'm trying to get work done for, some ad stuff, some other things. Everybody seems distracted. Everybody. Oh. On everything I'm doing, they all seem to be not fully there, not paying attention. And I don't blame them because there's a lot of shit going on right now, right? Yeah. We're in the dark times.
We're in dark times, and Scott has a colonoscopy next week.
That's the least dark thing, though. They got lights for that. I go in. Do we know yet?
You're going to be
Monday,
it's
Tuesday?
Next Monday.
It is Monday. Yeah. So
next Monday, Scott will have a colonoscopy. Sunday night, Scott will start taking meds that'll make
loosen me up.
He'll loosen him up. It'll be like a wind tunnel.
Yep. And then going in. This is just a regular. It's time to go back. It's not time to go.
It's time to go back. It's been 10 years, and then Scott will get a very large cheeseburger on the way home.
Oh yeah, I'll probably do In-N-Out this time because it used to be I would want to stop at Five Guys, but their burgers are way too expensive now. They're stupid.
Well, and they're a little more. I mean, In-N-Outs are a little cleaner burger. You don't have to have the cheese and all the stuff. You can get a pretty chill burger.
Clean burger. That's a good title.
Clean burger.
We might use clean burger for our title today. You know what I mean? It's not bad.
Oh, I'm hearing urine drainage bag might be what it.
That's what they want.
The bag is called.
I'm doing clean burger. I don't care about your urine.
And of course, Scott took home some rubber gloves to make some balloons for the kids.
I have one right.
That's what we do every time we go to a hospital.
Right here. Have one handy. Anyone need a colon? Speaking of colon checks, I got you covered right here. Now the reason. So let me give him the quick 401 on this. Is that what you say? Yeah, the 401. Yeah. The info.
411.
411?
That's the info.
Isn't that like Danish emergency phone?
I don't know.
What do I know? So I always, when we go to the hospital, it doesn't matter what we're in there for. Visiting somebody, yourself.
Visiting yourself? Hopefully you're in the hospital for that.
It's like you said, the only time in our marriage, I've never been hospitalized in our marriage. I didn't even realize that until you said that.
You haven't been.
That's weird.
I've only done that for surgeries or babies.
Or whatever. Yeah,
you haven't only been 4 times in the hospital.
Yeah, so we've actually been I think we've been pretty lucky over our lives so far. I feel like I'm pushing my luck a little
Careful
bit.
there, sir.
I ate 3 peppermint patties yesterday.
I think you're going to be okay. It wasn't 3 bags of peppermint patties.
No, but I'm not supposed to do that and spiking my sugar.
You should probably only do that when you eat. I
got the blood sugars.
Yeah.
Or I potentially do if I don't be careful. I'm in a good place, or I was last time I tested. So I'm trying to get there again because in May I go back.
Yourself.
Anyway, point is, we go to the hospital. If my mom's there or somebody else is there, whoever's there we're visiting, I make it a point to steal at least 2 pair of these.
2 pair exactly? Why?
And I say steal, but really what I mean is...
borrow?
You know how much we pay these hospitals and these insurance companies? They're going to be fine. Anyway, I always do it. And it's part of it is a long-standing tradition. When the kids were little, if there was a chance to go to the hospital, that meant blow these up and you got chickens you can draw on. That's what it meant. And you could play with them and bounce them around the house and everything. Sometimes Nick would put one on his head and blow with his nose and make it all get big and everything. So it's this grand tradition. And the first thing I did when I left was take one of these and give it to Carter because that's what we do.
That's what you do.
That tradition will never change. And in fact, when I'm in my deathbed hospital bed, I'm going to reach up with my gangly arm and grab a rubber glove and hand it to my children.
It to Van.
One last gasp. And pass it off.
One last gasp. We'll put it on your head and make you blow it out your nose.
That's right. So anyway.
By the way, Van's coming over today to crack open some more geodes with me.
After long school. Drive to nowhere that you guys did? Me and Carter talked about it. That was an
interesting story.
Yeah. I mean, you did the right thing. Kim turned around before it got too hairy, but...
Well, I was just worried about making it back on another 50 miles on this dirt/rock road in my car.
Yeah. It was a lot.
And then I said, I'm going to rent a truck and I'm going to get the insurance and say, yep, you better give me the insurance because I'm going to beat the hell out of this thing.
Yeah.
Like on Seinfeld.
Yeah. No, exactly that.
am not. I was like, I just can't do another 2.5 hours going 20 miles an hour on a dirt road.
You were right to turn around.
Lots of potholes, lots of rocks.
I would have been
annoyed.
right there with you. Well, I would have
super annoyed.
I would have been annoyed because, but even I mean, I would have been annoyed temporarily because if it was me,
executive decision,
I wouldn't have known that there was all this extra road and weirdness. I would have thought, oh, it's a thing they advertise. They want you to go down there with kids. It's like they don't tell you it's a 50-mile dirt road, rock road.
That's after another 50 miles of driving potholy back roads.
You need a truck.
Yep.
And not a cyber one.
I would just leave it out there with the geodes and let someone crack that thing open later.
You might have to because they don't go very far. We just sat in a Rivian, my friend's Rivian the other day, briefly. I popped into the back seat and was reminded that there are electric trucks that are awesome.
Very cool.
Oh my gosh, that car is cool.
It's beautiful.
I want it. But it's also like $100,000.
Yeah.
So put that in your chicken and melt it.
So's the Cybertruck.
Yeah, but not worth it.
I know.
Hey, quick shout out and thanks to our old pal Mike Pacholik.
Oh, he sent us some steaks this week.
Omaha steaks, baby.
Cooked them up for Scott.
Was it this show when we did a little remote one where I said I haven't had a steak in forever?
I think so.
That's where he heard it.
Probably.
So he sent us steaks like the nice guy he is. He didn't have to do
There's
this.
also like still some meatballs and some chicken breasts, and there was really good hot dogs.
Those were not hot dogs. Those were
jumbo franks.
Those were the king's wieners.
Frankfurters.
Yeah, they only bring the fancy stuff over there. I don't know what's going on in where is it? Omaha, Nebraska, but
they have a lot of cattle.
It is cow country, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of beef and livestock and all that.
But thank you because Scott ate well this week.
Starting today, you'll pay 25% tariffs on any beef imported from Canada, so that'll be fun.
Do we get a lot of beef imported from Canada?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
There are two biggest trading partners, Canada and Mexico. 25% today started. Yeah. It's not going to go good.
It's not going to go well because that means a lot of our fruits and vegetables, and I cook a lot.
How much do we still have? We still have some stuff in the stock market, diverse fund stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Why?
Well,
is that going to tank also?
I mean, you could argue it's already tanking, but that line is not going up. I'll tell you that. It's going way down. But I'm sure it'll be fine because the guy that caused it to do that said in 2012 famously, whoever's the president at the time a stock market drops 1,000 points should be impeached immediately, kicked out of office. He said that in 2012. I'm sure that he'll think I'm sure bullshit. Today he'll say, "Oh, that's right. That's a policy that I meant when I said it and I should apply it." I'm sure that'll all be great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just great.
Hey, what else? You talked about the rocks. So these are geodes. They're actual geodes, right?
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, geodes meant something in class that the teacher brought and showed us and no one could touch them. And it was real precious about it. But these are ones you can break with Dan and have fun with, right?
Yes. And the ones we've opened so far are kind of clear or grayish kind of crystals inside.
Yeah.
If you go out to the geode bed we were trying to go to, there's a lot of like amethyst and purple geodes.
Yeah.
So when you open them up, they're all purpley.
That's cool.
And so I really want to go do it, but I'm going to have to probably rent a truck to do it.
Yeah. Might be worth it, though. He would love that.
It would be.
He would love that.
Yeah.
He's at that mode right now. He's 6. He has this thing with him where everything is new and magical. All of it. And he wants to know more.
When you come up with something extremely magical like geodes, where you're like, what? I get my own hammer and crack this thing open and there's crystals inside. He is so excited.
It's like an ugly rock, but inside is this like light show.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what to do with himself with that.
He gets so like, Mom, look at this.
Yeah.
So he's coming over today to do some more. That's I've also made them some really fun bead necklaces because I was just having fun with my friend who is stuck at home doing chemo.
Yeah.
So we made some bead necklaces for her grandkids and for mine. So they look really good. He's excited.
Yeah. And plus,
I was like, I have a present for you. And he's like, what?
Everything to him is exciting.
Yeah.
We talked about it last time, I think, maybe. But he sends mail to us. We send mail to him, even though we see him all the time.
No, picking it out in the mail is all that
he loves it. He loves it. Like that to him is magical that you wrote a thing.
And then it showed up in his mailbox.
Drew a thing. And in his mailbox is this thing he can open and see that we said whatever we said. Like that to him is just
I sent him
magic.
a card last time and it was the dried paint on the front. It was a little mermaid thing. Anyway, you take water and you paint it And so he thought that was really cool because
Yeah.
then he had something to do.
He's way into it. So
So
I want to be 6 again, man. I want the world
When
to be
everything
all that.
is exciting and nothing is
Nothing's bad.
too crucial. You're just
You
like,
don't know. Look, when you were 6, let's see, you were born in 72. So what would you have been? What year would it have been?
78.
78? Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea?
1978, bell bottoms everywhere.
Do you know anything about the gas shortage?
Oh, no.
Or Iran?
Nothing mattered
Iran
except jump roping
hostages.
at recess with your friends.
Exactly.
Learning how to do, what was the thing with the stretchy ropes that you got to like crisscross on? What was that called?
A
Can't remember.
tightrope?
No, it was like the ropes that you put on your feet and then
Ropes
people would jump
course.
through them.
Do
Do you remember that?
that does have a name.
That and then
Someone
double Dutch jump roping was really fun and really big then.
Someone
It
in the
still
chat
is,
will
but-
say it.
But it's like where
I
you
forgot what that's called, but I know what you mean.
crisscross and then you have to like jump through them and stuff. It was super fun.
Cat's cradle? No, that was on the hands.
That was in your hands, yeah.
That was another thing.
It was
though.
like that.
Oh,
but,
wait till you show him that.
Oh,
He's gonna poo a little bean that day. He's gonna love that.
yeah.
It's just jump ropes.
It was jump ropes, but they were just stretchy. They were tied together, so it was one really big one, and it was.
Yeah, there's something with there.
You jump
This is
through
ringing
them.
a bell,
yeah,
but I can't remember.
what it was, and you had to jump, like you had to climb through them.
Yeah,
To make fun. Anyway,
that would be cool.
double Dutch was super big then too.
Double Dutch was that a
Jump rope.
thing?
So you take the 2 jump ropes and you try to jump through them while they're swinging both of them in opposite directions.
You keep saying crisscross, and it makes me think of the little boy rap group. Remember them? Put the pants on
Someone
backwards.
said, Brian said military training.
Who's that, Brian? Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one.
That was the I was in Gulfview Elementary down in Bay. It was like
Bay St. Louis.
it was in Bay St. Louis, but it was like by Bayside Park, and anyway,
How
way
close?
out in the middle of nowhere.
Are you closer to New Orleans or Biloxi? Which is faster for you? Because
I was probably right in the middle because it was 60 miles east of New Orleans and probably the same 60 miles to Biloxi. So I was right in the middle of
we were talking about this on TMS. Some people will confuse where you're from. They think you're from Louisiana because you are so close to that. You cook jambalaya all the time.
Yeah,
You're always into
and
like the Louisiana type stuff.
State line to Louisiana was like 10 minutes from where I lived.
Oh,
so
was that close?
Bayou La Croix, if you take the back road of Bayou La Croix, which is the area I grew up in, they have like a back road, and you would just drive like 10 minutes to get to the state line, and then Slidell was the closest one.
Do you guys know
the closest
that
city right inside there?
Brett Favre's dad taught Kim how to drive?
It was my driver's ed teacher,
Driver's ed teacher down there. Pretty crazy.
Irvin Favre.
Which is crazy because that town of yours had one, and I'm not kidding, I'm not making this up, it had one stoplight in the middle of Kiln.
At the time, it had a blinking light.
Yeah, it wasn't even a real light.
There was just the blinking yellow. It's a yield, and now they have a stoplight there. But at the time that I grew up there, it was just in Kiln, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I had just like a blinking, hanging light that was just blinking yellow. Just everybody be careful. It's a 4-way.
Yeah, and how they teach you how to drive down there, and you'll never find a more trusting or trusted driver than Kim. She doesn't like how I drive, so when we go places together, she won't let me drive. When I drive by myself,
you like that.
Oh,
you
I
can
don't
just
mind.
be on your phone
I'm
and
just
reading
chill.
and listening to your stuff while I drive, and I enjoy driving, and I am an extremely careful driver.
yeah, she A, likes to drive, B, doesn't get
don't get
comatose
lost.
after 25 minutes like I do.
I also don't get lost.
She doesn't get lost like I do. I like to drive too, but when you're not there, I still have this feeling of like, did she see me cut that a little close? Did she
see me drive close to that guy in front of me?
Did she see me get a little bumper to bumper with that guy? So I always think about it, but yeah, she likes to drive. But it always throws me that you are such a good driver here. I think it's having kids turned you into like a focused, really focused driver.
Well, and I'm even
'Cause you
more
always
so
had
with
'em in
my
the car.
grandkids in the car, and
Yeah.
I really yell at people that make mistakes while driving. When I have my grandkids in the car, it pisses me off so bad.
If any of you listening have never witnessed Kim Johnson drop
Chinese jump rope. That's what it is.
Chinese
Sorry.
jump rope?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like there might be some racist
That is.
elements.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you. Someone said it.
If you ever want to hear Kim drop a big fat F-bomb, the only way that you're going to catch it is if she's driving and somebody cuts her off while she's got one of these kids in her car. She'll be
Sadly,
so pissed.
No one can hear me.
Nope.
But I do flip people off a lot.
Yeah, lots of birds, lots of longhorn leans.
Yes.
Not lots, but when people are dumb.
When they're dumb and they cut me off
Yeah.
or don't let me merge when there's a merge and there's nothing I can do but merge into traffic and you're next to me, you better get out of the way.
Yep. Watch out.
Because I was mad that day.
She has road rage. I don't know if you'd ever we should get a dash. We have a dash cam.
We have one. I've purchased one.
Freaking hook it up.
I know. You need to do that.
I
That's
bought it
your
for you.
job.
Didn't I buy it for you?
Yes, but it's your job.
Is it my job?
Yes, because you're good at the hookups.
All right. Kim, you sure like to drive, but you want to hook up your camera. I don't know about this.
I'm not the problem. I want the camera so that if anyone else is the problem, I can prove it.
No, I know. I should probably get, Ibbott's got a pretty good system for when he does lift and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like a fisheye view of everybody in the car.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody does anything dumb.
Does this one do that? Does the one you purchased
This one,
that?
I think, does do dual side. Actually, I don't know.
We need to look into it.
Yeah, I don't know what I got. I got it based on a recommendation from somebody. Somebody said, hey, this is a great one.
So we're going to do that. And if we had a dash cam, I would be okay being a Lyft driver. I think it would actually be fun. I'd meet really interesting people.
You'd be really good at it, I think.
I'd be fast.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going.
You know where you're going. Yeah.
I know Salt Lake really well.
You could do
the
Lyft.
whole valley.
You could double as an Uber boober.
Uber boober.
And then, take people to the clubs.
I'd probably take people to the airport. Everyone's coming and going real fast.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind those airport runs, would you? You like those?
I don't mind them.
You're good at them. Well, the 2.0 airport's not bad, though. It's a lot more leeway
a lot easier to
there's
get
no longer that
there.
oh shit, get over now.
Yeah, while doing 25 miles an hour, there's no oh shit. And lean on over into that lane at 20 miles an hour.
Back when it was 1.0, and if you see the movie Dumb and Dumber, you'll see our old airport. They used to have, it was like no wiggle room on if you were going to be in the unloading area or the dump it. Or you're going to go long-term parking or
pick up your passengers.
It was so bad. So bad. And they no longer have the please take the ticket lady. I miss that.
Zoe says she wants to see you fall asleep in the car. So let me tell you, when we're on a long road trip, Scott doesn't just fall asleep. He'll fall asleep and then jump and drop everything. Yeah. Phone goes flying, everything, and just
our drives to Vegas are amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So you would be able to see that if we can get the right camera so that you can see inside the car.
Yeah. I've told the stories. Everybody's heard the stories about how I almost killed everybody multiple times on long drives where I was driving. Not necessarily the family, but on my own.
Yeah, when you were a teenager.
I would drive for my dad, and I'd see him. He'd be ahead of me. I'm behind him. I'm doing all the things you're supposed to do, except it's just nature is taking over. And
you don't have the radio up loud enough.
Close my eyes just for a second, open them, and then the overpass I was approaching is now a mile behind me. And I'm like, did I sleep through that?
Not good.
It's not good. I don't know why. Driving puts me to sleep, and I blame my mother. Do you know why I blame my mother? Because
why do you blame your mother?
Because when I was quiet, when I was a angry child,
when I was a lad,
when I was little and I would cry, they'd do that thing where they take you in the car and driving you around would soothe you. It did it to me. Now it just stays.
Well,
driving soothes me.
You learned something way back then.
I freaking hate it. 25-minute drive should not be a thing that makes you dead tired in the day. That's dumb.
Well,
right? I'm broken.
Well, to Vegas, it's still 5 hours.
But I'm saying the first 25 minutes of that drive, I'm tired.
You're out.
Yeah, that's why I take my own pillow on these trips.
This is why I get to decide when we leave, because it doesn't really matter. Scott's asleep anyway.
I sleep through the whole
I like to get everywhere early. I like my techno. I love listening to Deadmau5. I love the long, long Deadmau5 songs on my drives.
I do
That's
too.
my favorite. Keeps me up. Keeps me going.
Yeah.
A little bit of Dr. Pepper Zero. We're set.
We're going to have the girls with us this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter and Alicia.
Chad says, do you fall asleep on public transit, says Justin.
When's the last time you were on the train?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's usually a group thing when we do that. Yeah, I never am on that on my own. But if I was, and if it was more than 30 minutes, I would probably nod off a little.
You would miss your stop.
Miss my stop. Guy next to me would fondle me. I don't know. Whatever you do there. Whatever is fun to do on a train.
Okay.
Driving makes Scott drowsy. That's true. Driving Miss Drowsy. That's the hot movie coming out this summer. Watch for it. All right, we talked about the rocks. One thing I like about those rocks, or your geode rocks, is they look like they're in a bag and they have a Flintstones font on the front. And I just thought, man, in 2025, we don't have to go get the rocks. The rocks can come right to us.
Right to your
from
front
Amazon.
door.
It's this bag full of rocks, literally a bag of rocks.
It's so fun, though. And they're
I
just
know.
little ones. They're only about this big.
Yeah, they're baby geodes.
That's kind of why I want to go out there. I want to see if we can find some really big ones and crack
They're
them open.
geode nuggets.
Geode nuggets.
Man, this shirt you got me is so dark on screen. I blend in. It's just my head floating.
Do you like your new shirt?
I do. It's a Henley, and I like a good Henley. Me and Brian talk about this. But a good Henley is always a good thing. But it's so blending into the background.
You are a floating head.
I don't know.
And you have a hat on, too. So you're just like floating face.
I'm like a black man.
Oh, my.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Hey, so what else? So my mom.
No.
So we talked about my mom briefly, but she's getting better. Kim went out there, did her, rubbed her feet, did her hair.
Bought her some bras.
Bought her some bras.
Bought her some pants.
Oh, you did? The bras came.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
She's just in a hospital gown, so I think she just wants to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And
Did I tell you when we went shopping for those bras, what happened? Did I tell you about that?
I don't
Because you know how we got split up at the Target?
Yeah.
Or Walmart or wherever we were. I think it was Walmart.
No,
Target. Was it? We tried Target and Walmart. Funny enough, Target had what you need. Walmart didn't.
Correct.
Anyway, we'd rather get it all at Costco, but they don't have it either. So.
No.
But we're looking for these like not fitted, but loose, like physical therapy pants my mom can wear that are large and loose and soft and,
Yeah. Just like everyday pants.
yeah, stuff you can be real chill in. And so we went to get her a couple of pairs of those and look for bras. The bras were already coming from online source of, where do you get that? Bras.com? Where do you go? I don't know what
There
you
are
do.
a lot of bra sources. We're not going to name them.
Amazon.bra. I'll bet .bra is a top level domain now. You could buy .bra.
Bra shopping with Scott is very interesting.
Oh, I hate it.
It's true.
But here's what's funny. We get split up because I had to go pee. So I went to
I had Ramona with me.
You had Ramona. Oh, yeah, we had the baby with us, and she was just
She's
that was
so
such a fun day,
She just
dude.
wants to touch everything. She's sitting in the cart and just like touching
everything, balloons.
She just points at it too, like
Points, she does like that, yeah.
and then we go find it.
Like hold it next to her face. I'm telling you, that kid is lifeblood for me. I love her so
Anyway,
much.
we got split up because
Yeah. So we get split up, and Kim's, I don't know where she is, and I'm thinking I don't see her my first loop through.
he looped the whole store.
I looped the whole store. I went past the TVs, the electronics, all that stuff. And
I didn't know you were looking for me, so I didn't think to like flag you down. So he went all the way around the store and then called me and said, "Where are you?" And I was like, "The same place you left me."
All right, but here's the funny thing.
ago.
The thing that happened right before I called you, I forgot to tell you. So I'm in that area over there, and I'm in a place where there's like large people clothes. What's the right way of saying that?
Plus size.
Plus size. Thank you. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what to call it. I mean, I have to have
It's fine.
long
Plus
shirts.
sizes.
I get it.
Big and talls for men.
Big and talls.
And then women's they call plus size.
Yeah, so they have plus size stuff for women there, and there's a whole giant rack of these kinds of bras you got, but they were already coming in the mail, so we didn't do those.
Yeah, we didn't look for those.
A kid, those rubber horse heads?
Yeah.
I think Carter had one.
We used to run
or-
around town, and I did that
one
with
of
the kids.
Yeah, somebody had one of those here.
Taylor and her friends in San Francisco with that thing.
Some kid had one of those on. He's probably 8 or 9 and was talking gibberish in there, just or whatever, and just running through there and ran right into the big lady bras. Sorry, plus size bras, and just brought that whole rack down on top of this kid. He was fine, but they were laughing.
He had protection on his head.
I thought somebody might be filming it for like a TikTok.
They might have been. You might find that out there.
Maybe later, but yeah, it was pretty funny. And I just thought, running around with that on your head without any way to look out of it, you're gonna hit the bra section.
Oh my gosh, these kids!
Good stuff there.
These kids today.
These kids and their donkey heads or horse heads.
We actually had one of those horse heads, and we were coming back from San Francisco. We had driven. It was Taylor and her couple friends while they were in college, and so one of them stood up in my moonroof or in the sunroof of my car on the way back, and it was late at night, and someone called the police on us. No, it was years ago, but someone
called the police.
Yeah, so we got stopped.
Oh my gosh.
We got pulled over because it wasn't safe. She wasn't buckled in and things like that.
What
But
did
the guy
they
laughed and thought that was so funny.
What did they say to you?
He let me go.
He just let you
gave
go.
me a warning. He's like, you need to be buckled up.
Oh,
She needs to be buckled up.
So even if she wears the horse head, just buckle her up.
Yes.
Okay. So I thought it was like a horse head thing.
No, it was. He was like, the things I see. This is going to be a really good story for all my buddies.
Yeah. You go back to the station, had a boring day out there today, but found this kid with a horse head.
He let me go with a warning, which was super nice because she wasn't buckled in. It's true. We weren't being safe.
Who was it again?
It was one of Taylor's friends
one of her
from
friends.
college.
Oh, of course. Those idiots. All of her whole growing up, her friends were dopes.
She was one of them. Are you kidding?
She was a dope, but she wasn't like champagne. What was his name? Storm Champagne level dope.
Yeah, that was his name.
Yeah, Storm Champagne. Their parents were either hippies or weirdos.
It was fun. We went to a lot of concerts. We traveled a lot with those guys.
They came to
super fun.
2 Nerdtaculars.
Yeah.
Those boys.
Yep.
I sat out in the audience. Freeloaders.
They were there helping though.
Yeah,
they were moving boxes.
I guess they weren't freeloading. They were helping, but
exactly.
Those were diamond days.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Storm
Mitchell
and Mitch
and McKay
and who was the one that took his shirt off all the time?
Oh my gosh, that kid always had his shirt off.
And now he's like, and he's still a douche.
Hot.
Yeah, I'm so hot. Oh, girls, help me take this shirt off. It's so hot.
It's so hot in here.
That douchebag. What was his name? Not that we need to out him. Just his first name.
I can't remember.
Russell or Brad. Whatever he was.
You're just naming people.
That kid sucked. I was mad at him all the time because I just knew he was up to no good.
Yeah.
You don't get in a bunch of girls in a room and go, oh, I got to just, here, hold my shirt. I'm just so hot. It's like, shut up, dude. Dirty
that was
boy.
Funny.
Anyway, what else? So my mom's doing good is the point.
Yes. Your mom's doing well.
Apparently she tried real hard yesterday, according to John.
She went to physical therapy and she stood up.
Yeah.
I mean, she had to hold on to things. It wasn't like she was standing up on her own.
She stood up, did some steps on the bar holder unit.
She has a full...
What do you call that? Parallel bars?
Bar in her leg now.
Yeah. Right down her femur.
Right down her femur.
Shunk. Ugh. Still got some floater bones. And
so I'm going to try to visit her tomorrow. And also Julie, who gets her reconstructive surgery tomorrow.
All right. She had breast cancer.
She's done with all of her treatments.
She rang the bell. Mm-hmm. And how often does she have to go in to get tested and stuff?
I'm not sure.
I hope it's not all the time.
I don't think it will be all the time. I mean, I know she was cleared, but I'm sure she'll have to get tests done here and there.
It's the one thing you always hear from people where they're like, okay, we got it all. You're cancer-free.
She did a double mastectomy and it was breast cancer. So in that respect, she doesn't have natural breasts anymore, so she won't have breast cancer.
I follow this lady on TikTok who got him same thing, double mastectomy, and then she just gets on her TikTok with her shirt off all the time. She's just trying to break the stigma. Yeah. Which I think is great.
Sarah, my sister,
throws me a little bit.
Her mother-in-law she had a double mastectomy years and years ago, probably 30 years ago. Yeah. And she used to like laying out on her balcony, out on the deck of her apartment building, just topless out there. She's like, oh, that's
really?
Fine. Yeah. She's like, I don't have any boobs. Who cares?
I have no problem with it.
Guys get to do this. They just get to sit out in the sun.
Like the girl said that this girl I follow, she said something and I said, girl, she's in her 40s. But she said the thing she was most worried about at first was not the fact that she didn't have visible breasts. It was that she had scars. Oh. And the scars are...
They're probably hard for anyone. There's a little shocking, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I admire her courage.
That's awesome.
Because cancer sucks. And F cancer.
Yep.
Anyway, there's that. But that's good with your sister. I'm just really glad about it.
In Ireland, they call it the Big C.
The Big C, is that what they say in the chat?
Like that.
Jim Johns. We have another Irish listener?
Yes.
I mean, I know we have a few Irish listeners, but we hear from one quite a lot.
And we love her.
But it's nice to see another representative of the Green Isles here with us today.
Nice.
Lucky Charms and all that, man. Just boing. He won't Claire, he says. Because Claire is a verb around here. Anyway, thanks all the nice comments everybody's been saying about my mom. And
it's
all
very
that.
sweet.
Yeah, it's very nice. I told her that. She still doesn't quite understand how strangers can
how everybody knows about what she's doing.
It's really nice, though. Everybody was very, very kind. Lots of flowers showed up from some people. Big thanks to Jim Jensen and Robin for being so thoughtful.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
A few other folks like that. Yeah, it was really, really, really nice. Okay. I got a question. Speaking of moms.
Speaking of moms.
We swung by Kim's mom on our way home from my mom the other day. Because this rehab and where my mom lives is 40 minutes south.
So on the way back, we stopped by my parents.
She's in Orem, which is just outside of Provo, which a lot of you have heard of. and keep thinking that this whole place is weird so you don't come and raise our prices. All right. So anyway, so we stop at your mom's house, and your mom's always baking bread, and she makes amazing
she makes sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm. Incredible stuff. And it didn't stop at the pandemic. She keeps making it. Every week
sourdough, and then she makes a sourdough, cinnamon, chocolate. Is it pecans?
Pecans and chocolate, something, yeah.
In the bread.
And she makes, 9 loaves, 10 loaves a week? Something like that.
Yes.
She's like Jesus with these loaves. Now bring the fish.
She actually has people come over and do classes. Yeah,
on how to do bread. So she does a really good job, and it's always very good. I love her bread, and it lasts forever, surprisingly, because it's fresh and just better for me. I don't feel bloaty and gross when I eat it. Your mom makes amazing bread. And she made these 2 different loaves, like Kim said, the one that's got some chocolate in it, it's like a handful of chocolate chips, she said.
Chocolate, cinnamon,
and pecan. It's very good, I think. I haven't tried that one. I assume it's good. So she's got these 2. One looks very dark. It's like a dark purpley almost.
Chocolate.
Yeah. And then, I have a picture.
Now you have a picture.
Yeah, I forgot.
And then the other one's just a white sourdough bread.
Regular old white bread, like us. So let's see if I can find this. I want to show this to you guys. You're going to laugh your heads off. Okay, here it is. Oh, dang it. I forgot to put it on the thing. Okay, this will only take a second.
Anyway,
I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this picture. There we go. Okay. And we pull it up. And we put it here. All right. So
she decides to give you half a loaf of bread each.
Yeah. She says, I says to her, are we supposed to take any loaves today? Because she's always got one for us. And she says, yeah, absolutely. And I said, do you want us to take both of these? Because they were both laying next to each other. They were in full loaf form.
Yeah.
She says, you want to take both? Or should we take both of these? She goes, no, I think just maybe half of each.
Yeah,
I said, oh, that's great. I said, no problem. In fact, if you don't want to give us anything, it's fine. She says, no, I want you to take it. So take half of each. So she cuts both loaves in half.
Yep.
Puts the 2 separate halves, meaning the differing halves, into a bag. And then the remaining halves from the same 2 loaves, puts that in another bag, and then hands me both bags.
I think she wasn't paying attention to the fact she already gave you one.
Yeah.
And so she gave you 2 full loaves, but they were both cut in half.
It was a miracle. No, but she had, I'm still a little bit confused why I have all the bread. Like I was supposed to get half of one and half of another. Instead, we got the freaking.
Maybe she said it for the kids.
The black and white cookie.
With Taylor.
Did you say it was? You said black and white cookie.
It looks like the black and white cookie.
Yeah.
Got the both halves getting along.
Anyway, I'm not going to turn it down, but it's a little bit weird, right? That's just what you do when you're
it's just
making
what
bread.
You do.
She made a lot of bread. She was confused. It's fine. We'll just take whatever she gives us. Anyway, there's that. She
also makes these little peanut butter protein balls, but on the plate, it looks like you're getting a plate of meatballs.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought they were. She says, you guys want some? I said, are these meatballs? And she goes, no, they're my weird.
She didn't say weird. They're the protein balls, and they have like chia seeds. And
she uses these to make them. She has a whole box of these rubber gloves that she takes to roll them.
She sits and rolls them up. They're about this big, and they're protein balls, and they're really good.
They are very good. I always say to her, I say, too much sugar for me. And she says, no, they're not. They're good for you. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Molasses, what's the other thing? Honey or something?
There's molasses, there's maple syrup, there's chia seeds and oatmeal and...
Right, but the sugary parts are still sugars to your body.
They're natural sugars, though. That's what she was trying to tell you.
I know, but she didn't understand. They're very good, and you got to stop after like 2. Or else you're going to protein your ball straight to hell. Protein ball yourself straight to hell is what I meant to say. Anyway, they're very good, and thanks for that, mother-in-law,
Jay Funk is
Francis.
asking when we're going to make another trip to Mississippi.
If I had to guess, 2026 sometime. Oh, you know what we've been talking about?
We're trying to we're talking about a Christmas.
We're talking about a Nerdtacular next year
in 2026. Yeah.
Now,
it's a lot of work.
I brought this up on TMS as well, but it keeps coming up. People keep
like, when are we doing that again?
It's like, hey, excited to see you in Vegas, but are you guys ever going to do the full blown like everybody, the whole network? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I put it off. I know
it sounds like it's far away, but it's a lot to do in a year.
If we actually decide to do it, we have to start planning now.
Yeah.
So
we've got some planning in the works.
We got some ideas. We have some people in the community who've stepped up and said, "Hey, I want to do this part of it." Some of it's stuff is the harder things to do.
Yeah. Well, because we're talking about doing it in Salt Lake, not necessarily up in the canyon, which is a little easier for people to get to.
Plus, people can still go to the canyon if they want to.
Yes, absolutely.
We just do it downtown.
Downtown will make it a little bit easier for people that are like getting rides from the airport will be like 10 minutes instead of going up a canyon.
Plus, there's so much cool stuff downtown. Downtown Salt Lake City, underrated. Fantastic city. So we got ideas. We got some thoughts. None of this is in stone. Okay.
Once we get some things rolling, then it will be in stone.
Yeah. Right now, all eyes are on let's get Vegas done and get it right. And let's go
have fun in Vegas.
And my family stuff, I got to get that worked out. There's a lot going on right now.
JK says Texas Nerdtacular.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say no to that. That'd be all right. Right time of year, though. It gets so freaking hot in Houston where he is. Super hot. Anyway, we'll talk more about it. Hey. You know that did I send you that link yesterday of that building Carter and I found?
Yes.
It's only 6 point something
only
million. I'm so obsessed with it.
It's a very cool building.
That's all I want to do.
It's 3 floors. We could have Nerdtacular there.
Yeah.
If we could raise that kind of money, we could have Nerdtacular right there.
It's 18,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Of space. That's plenty for a giant event.
I think as long as you keep, fire code probably gives you 500 a floor. So yeah, you could do it.
We could do 1,500 people.
Yeah.
And then we could have, I
know you looked at it and just went,
not just for events. So cool. I just want it for the thing.
To live in.
Let's go. I'd move tomorrow if it was an option for us. We would have an apartment up there. I don't know if there even is one in there.
It'd be so fun.
There might have to be one built in there. But
it's an office building right now. So it's full of cubicles. I saw the pictures.
Jim John says, imagine Scott starting a cult. What do you think? What do you think this is, buddy? Where do you think all this is?
Yeah, right.
No, I don't know. Like, the idea of having a place we could have a little cafe in, art gallery in, all the things we always talk about. Yeah. Like that one building that we saw that one time that has the apartment up there, parking in the back, 2 levels. And then I think it was a gallery out front. Mm-hmm.
I know. You have big dreams.
Do you have $7 million?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Oh, well, then forget it. It's not happening.
So.
KT Data thinks it's another MLM here in Utah. Yeah. Hey, look, we keep spreading the word. There's weirdness here. Don't come here. Keep the prices low.
There are no low prices. What are you talking about?
Well,
they've already gone up. We've exploded almost as much as California.
Not quite.
Close.
I saw a list. Colorado was ahead of us.
But we're getting
California
up there.
was the most expensive.
Yeah.
Colorado, New York.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting up right up there.
The coastal stuff always goes up quicker.
Yeah, I think we're like number 5 or 6.
Yeah, I don't like how quick we shot up. We used to be this great little middle ground.
We were always middle ground.
All these people in California especially went, I don't like these fires and stuff anymore. I'm going to move somewhere. Where's a good place to go?
It's only 10 hours away.
I hear Utah's full of... everyone's got many wives and all this bullshit. And then they come here and find out none of that's true. And they go, oh my gosh.
Beautiful here.
And that house will cost me... How many pennies on the dollar?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're screwed. It's already done.
There we go.
Let's do some emails and whatnot. How you feel about that?
Let's do it.
Okay, a reminder, voicecast.app/skim is how you can get your messages to us, either written or voice. We're happy to have either. You're all being chicken today because I don't see any new ones since we started, but that's okay. It's all right.
They're all talking. They're just not talking on that.
Here's a call on the old system about gardening.
Oh.
So here you go.
Hello, Scott and Kim. This is Justin from Arkansas.
I take it back.
I just wanted...
I take it back. That's the new system. That's why it sounds good. He has a little scratch going on with his... I don't know what that little thing is, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Here you go. Whoops. Why are we going? Hey, hello.
To ask Kim a question regarding gardening. So this spring, I'm going to be doing my first garden. So the thing is, I can't do anything actually in my yard because we rent, we don't own, and our landlord does not allow that. However, she said it's okay if we use planters and put those on the porches and stuff. I don't know if you have any experience with that kind of stuff, but I just thought I would ask if you have any tips or suggestions. Anything you add would be very grateful. Thank you.
All right. You do that planter thing.
So we do planters, mostly because the dirt that we live on is more rock than dirt. So it's really hard to dig into.
Yeah,
so
this part of the valley.
Everything I do is in planters in my backyard, side yard, front yard.
This
It's
part of
all
the valley,
planters.
much of the valley is built on ancient bedrock that used to be the bottom of a lake bed, a massive prehistoric lake called Lake Bonneville. And that thing was massive and was the entire valley underwater. And next time you're in the valley, look up at the benches of the mountains and you'll see a weird line.
Like a
that
water
was
line.
the water line, yeah. So now we're all living below that, and it's sediment and dinosaurs.
There are
fossils
rivers of really good soil in the valley. It just weren't. Our particular yard is not part of that.
No, we're not on that fertile.
Yeah, we're
strip.
not in a, yeah. So everything I do is actually in a planter. I absolutely love it. The only hard part is making sure you keep it wet enough. You have to make sure you're watering it sometimes twice a day when it's the hot part of the summer. Yeah. Because it just all the heat on that pot is just soaking up all of it. It just dries it out. But other than that, have really good success with that, especially herbs.
Ooh, herbs.
Herbs.
The special herbs.
Not yet.
The weed.
No, but we've done a lot of mint. We've done a lot of basil. I use fresh thyme in my grits. I use fresh thyme in my jambalaya, and so I grow a lot of that. Yeah. Tomatoes do really well in pots. Yeah, you can do bush tomatoes, and you can do the ones that vine up and just put a cage on it.
That's what we did. Really most of what you did last year was cages, right?
Yes, I do always do the tomatoes in cages. We do blackberries. Not blackberries, raspberries. Lots of flowers, but we did strawberries last year. The kids really liked
cucumbers.
Picking those. Lots of cucumbers last year.
Yeah, they were out of control. Every day I'd go out and...
They were in the ground, but I have a little bed where I've built up the good soil in that part of the yard. And so if you can build it up like that, it's great. Yeah. Cucumbers did amazingly well, and they were growing all the way up into the trees.
That's right. They were really. Yeah. I felt like we were also getting tomatoes very late in the season. It was just one would pop one day and go, oh, that's red now, grab it.
Well, we had a late summer.
Yeah, that's true.
It was still warm all the way up until November?
Yeah, something like that.
And so we had a good year for that. So yeah, you're going to have fun with planters. They're really... Yeah. It's actually easier because you're not having to kneel down and on the ground and have to, put it.
I think they're cool. Yeah. There's this restaurant just up the road from us called Porch. We go there all the time. We were just there the other day with some friends, and it's kind of a fancy, on the fancier side of just like a nice place to get reservations and stuff. Anyway, it's really nice. But out front, they have these planters that are full of herbs all year, or when they grow them.
They actually use the trough planters.
Yeah, so those are cool.
They look like the big troughs that you'd feed cattle in and stuff.
Yeah.
The big metal ones.
Yeah,
we have one of those, but most of ours are just regular big pots. Yeah. And Costco has some right now for like $16.
Oh, those wood ones, the cedar ones.
No, those are $150. Ew. Those are we'll
not be getting
the
those.
Little planters. That's fine. They're beautiful.
Well, if you need them, if that's your need, get it.
But the big round planters that just sit right on the ground, that's what I usually use.
I'm there for the $1.50 hot dog, babe. Oh my gosh. Or the chicken bake or whatever it is.
So cheap.
Oh, according to my nephew, who's moving to Japan as of this morning.
Yeah.
They flew today.
They left today.
Japan Costco's, the chicken bake, their version of a chicken bake, they have them there, and they're cheap. And all the same things. But apparently it is the best thing you'll ever eat. It's got like some kind of fresh that day seafood catch something in there.
Wow.
Yeah. Like people are losing their minds about that stuff.
That's really cool.
I hope Costco always keeps that stuff. I'll tell you what, man.
I think they will.
When I go to Costco, there's no other place of retail that I go where the people that work there are smiling naturally.
Yeah, like they seem really happy there.
They genuinely seem like they're having a good time. And they're joking with each other, and they're elbow this guy like, hey, thanks for opening for me this morning. Sorry about that. It's no problem. He swings over here. Like they all seem to have that vibe going. And unless they're all faking it, I have a feeling that Costco may actually be the bomb.
The greatest place on earth.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Oh, the chili.
The Disneyland of Utah.
They should bring back the chili, and they should bring back the sauerkraut you could put on the dogs.
They had the sauerkraut. The onions they took away.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yep.
I want the onions back.
Yeah.
I remember something was taken and I wanted it back. Give it back.
Give it back.
All right. How about this one? This is an email.
Chili hot dogs. Oh.
Justin from Arkansas. You familiar with Arkansas?
Yes.
I'll say Arkansas.
I am jealous of Arkansas getting to put their gardens in so much earlier than we get.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got the ground for it.
Anyway, what did Justin say?
But also, I don't like the humidity or the questionable politics. Anyway. Hi, Scott and Kim, says Justin. I also had an issue with neighbors bringing their dogs to poop on my lawn. Oh, we just talked about this today.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we got a fresh
We were watching it happen last night.
Yeah. Kim got up and goes, he's doing it again.
Well, because it's right by our window of our bedroom. You hear him go ahead. I'm like, are you kidding me? And my backyard right now is covered in dog shit.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, no. All they need to do is pick it up.
It's not even where my dogs go, so I know it's not my dogs.
No, we don't.
Ours
Our
are in
dogs
the
are
side yard.
never go back there. Anyway,
keep going, Justin.
He says, I found a very easy and humane way to prevent it.
Ooh, I'm listening.
Fill about a dozen plastic liter bottles half full of water and string them together with about 18 inches of string between each bottle. Then lay them on their side at the perimeter of the yard. For some reason, this scares about 80% of dogs and will keep them away from your property. I left mine out for about a month. Now the neighborhood dogs are trained to be wary of my lawn.
Can we fill them with pee?
Yeah.
Just to freak them out.
My mom,
Actually, no, then they'll probably just come smell it.
My mom's making it in those bags right now. Keep it, you know.
Oh my god!
Ask the rehab lady. You can do anything with this? No, we just pour it out. Okay, cool.
Okay.
What are you doing with it? Don't worry about it.
It's so frustrating because I literally was looking at my lawn. I was talking to the neighbor, and I'm looking at my lawn, and I was like, the little boy, he's 8, or he's going to be 8 in March.
The neighbor kid?
Yeah, the neighbor kid, and he goes, "There's a lot of poop on your lawn," and I went, "Mason, did you poop on my lawn?" And he just laughed and thought that was so funny. And his mom goes, "I know exactly what dog it is." And she told me.
I'm convinced they don't know who we are. Because this is Tesla. This is the Tesla house where we had the big fight with the dog poo in the yard. And they're acting like they don't never remember any of that. And I think they think we're new people.
It was 8 years ago. I did talk to her. I was like, yeah, we've been here 11 years. And she didn't say anything.
I had long hair. And I was really skinny in 2015.
I had long hair.
Yeah. We look different now.
Totally different. But she knows it's me because I said, yep.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to do about that.
I've been here a long time.
By the way, this guy has been buying Teslas long before Elon started to be a wackadoo. Did I tell you about the time I talked to him about the Cybertruck? I said, you can grab one of those? This is back before even I knew how wackadoo things were going to be.
Yeah.
And he goes, no. He goes, that's a bomb waiting to go off. I'm not going near that thing. I'm like, really? And he goes, oh yeah. Anybody who's already a Tesla buyer knows this is a huge foobar, huge mess. And this was months and months before it was like known to be bad. So
someone's asking about keeping deer and moose away from their yard. I don't know what to do with that.
I mean,
like, I don't know how to do that. We've never really had that problem.
No. Have we ever had a deer in our yard? Maybe.
No.
Old house.
The old house, I know our neighbors did. They had deer come and eat their flowers and stuff, but we didn't really have that
out in Eagle
problem.
Mountain, you would have a chance of that.
We had our dogs though, and I think that's probably why we didn't.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
Someone else needs to help you.
I mean, at some point we can go talk to the guy and go, but we've done that. Yeah. We've had the conversation. It's not like we're avoiding that. We've done that, and that wasn't enough, and he still does it?
We did have the conversation. I did go out there, so I went out there.
Oh, that was funny.
I was driving out, and I see him walk towards my lawn. As I'm driving, like he's waiting for me to pull out further so he can walk his dog over to my backyard.
Yeah.
So I drive around the neighborhood and I come all the way back around, back to my driveway, back to my garage. I open the garage. I go inside. I come back out with bags, dog bags. And I said, "Do you need these?" And he was like, "Oh, no, I've got some right here." And I'm like, "What, are you using them?" I didn't say that, but
Well, the answer is no. He doesn't use them.
Oh, yeah. I'll pick them up. I have bags.
If he used them, we didn't need to come talk to you.
But you could tell he was like, I got caught.
Says if it's deer, you can use wolf pee. How do you get wolf pee? Do you got to go extract that from a wolf?
You're going to need to get a wolf.
Come here, boy.
And then how do you get rid of a wolf?
So that's the other thing. Jim's right in the chat. Kim puts off vibes of kindness and generousness. My vibes are, that guy's mad and I don't want to go near him. And it's just because I have a bitchy resting face.
I could tell, though, it was this morning, wasn't it? Not last night. This morning when I stood up and I look out Oh,
it's this morning.
I open up the blinds just enough to look out there, and I can see that he's looking at because I'm moving my blinds around.
Yeah. He knows.
So he knows.
He knows exactly what he's freaking doing. Gosh dang it.
I don't
He's not the one with the loud truck at 4 a.m.
No.
Okay, different guy.
Different guy. Still.
Yeah, still.
You're just walking your dog to poop on my lawn. And then there's another neighbor that lets their dog off leash, which is not permitted in the area we
You're not
live.
supposed to. Yeah, it's against the.
And it just
rules.
walks over and poops on my lawn and then goes home. She just puts it out in the morning. And then
You know what we should do?
What?
Just to try it. I want one anyway to get the dogs to shut up sometimes when they bark too much.
Okay.
Get one of those ultrasonic deterrent units, and it's high pitched, whatever, but it's not the kind you're going to hear.
Are you sure?
Yes. Apparently, it's
hear everything.
pure dog frequency. You won't be able to.
I
hear
have
it.
that on my phone.
Yeah, but they don't. They're not.
using
This
it.
one is a like dedicated directional one, so you can aim it at the dog you want to stop, and it will stop that dog. So next time he's there, you just go.
Okay. I'm in.
Every
Let's
time
do
the thing
it.
will, like,
I
it'll
want
start
that dog
to-
to go,
It'll start to
run
crouch,
around.
like do a squat, and then pinch it off halfway. That kind of thing. I'm telling you, man. We have the solution. We just have to follow through. I'm gonna look for that today. And I think they're like $15.
Okay. I'm in. Let's
Why
do
not?
it. I would love to freak out that dog.
I can't even go to
And
McDonald's.
try to have him figure out why the dog
15.
won't poop on my
Yeah, I
lawn
know,
anymore.
right?
Go somewhere else.
Please.
It's
about
just
your
so
lawn?
frustrating because everyone else that are in homes. This is a townhome next to us,
Next to houses, townhomes.
but all the other houses have backyard fence. Our backyard is so small. I don't want to fence it because then it'll make it even smaller.
Well, not to mention it'll cost me $10,000.
Yeah,
F
but
that. I'm not paying $10,000
so
for
there's
nothing.
that.
I can't even.
But they just walk them over. I'm like,
if I had $10,000 for a fence, I might have that building I want to live in. You know what I mean?
it's a lot more than that, babe.
An anonymous person says, "Hi, this is for Skim. Just listened to your episode talking about chlorine. I worked for a pool store where nobody swam in the pools, and it always smelled like chlorine. If you open up a jar, can, bottle of chlorine, you'll smell the chlorine. I think what happened was somebody did one of those gluten causes this or vaccinations cause that social media things, and it started the chlorine smell comes from pee in the water. Thanks for the show," says Anonymous. So I've heard equally from people who said it does smell like it, and other people say, nah, it's a freaking
It makes
myth.
me wonder if it just smells worse when people pee in the chlorine.
Or they
chlorinated
put
pool.
more and more chlorine to cover up how pee it smells.
Maybe.
That sounds more likely.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us know because I don't know the answer to that. And I know that when we had a hot tub, we would put chlorine in our hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
No one was peeing in the hot tub. It was just you and I in there.
Well,
Right?
let me think. Did I ever
Right?
pee in the hot tub? Nope, I never did.
Okay.
I wouldn't do
And
that.
it would smell.
I had to
and
clean
it would smell chlorinated. So I think that's true.
I think it was just dirty.
And
It
then
got dirty real
in
easy
pools
because
that don't smell like anything. I wonder if they're saltwater pools.
that kid we were talking about,
Yeah.
Storm Champagne, they would get in there with all their freaking Axe spray and their dirty boy sweat.
They
and it
would
was
just kind of
like,
be foaming after they were in there. That we would only let them in whenever it was time to change out the water. Anyway, we're like, okay, tomorrow's the clean the hot tub day.
It was foul. And I'll admit, we had one Nerdtacular where everybody came to the house after, and a bunch of them got in that pool or that tub. And
Yep, the
that
hot
thing
tub.
was gross after. No offense to Jeff. I think Jeff Sire may have been in there.
You're calling Jeff out.
I'm
Whatever.
not calling him out because I think he's a very clean guy, but I think his buddy, our mutual buddy. Oh, who else was in there?
I don't remember. I wasn't in it, so
It was loaded up with dudes.
that was loaded up, and then you guys recorded a show out there. I remember that.
Me and Randy, yeah, we did. I have
Yep.
pictures of that.
Yep.
We were drinking.
That's
You
so
made us
funny.
smoothies. It looked like wine, but it was like smoothies. And we had notes,
Yep.
and we recorded the whole thing out in
Yep.
the hot tub.
Out in the hot tub.
Yep. No, we faked that. That's what we did. I always forget that we didn't actually record it there.
Well, I was gonna say, how did you do that? Because if the jets were running, it was loud.
So here's what I
It's too
did.
loud
I
for that.
recorded the jet sound
Okay.
and then looped it back when we recorded in a pot and had it in the background, and people thought we were actually in there. I always forget. We faked it so well. I've forgotten that we
you
didn't
forgot
actually
it was
record in there.
fake.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was still pretty fun, though. Well, there you go. That's your messages for the week. And if you want to send us more, the new way to do it is voicecast.app/skim. All of it. All right. Voicemails, texts, all of it.
We want to hear from you.
You can still send us emails if you want to, if you have to. Okay. But I don't even know why you would.
Jim says, foamy jacuzzi, that's skin and regret.
Ew. Disgusting. I don't want to know more about the regret. Because what is that? I have a story I can tell you about that.
Oh, my goodness.
Skimshow@gmail.com if you have to use it. But we really like this new thing. Voicecast.app/skim. And of course, our Patreon for the general Frog Pants world, patreon.com/frogpants.
Frog pants.
Frog Pants. You can help out there if you'd like to. Frogpants.com/skim for all other things. Is there anything else you want to say before we go? Should try to do this every Tuesday.
We should try to do this on Tuesday. We
Tuesdays
tried for Thursdays
good.
and it was never good.
Problem is, whenever
all over the place.
Greg does his thing, it's always Tuesdays, and it messes the whole rest of the day up. So maybe
once a month. Yeah. I gotcha.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure
My
it out.
My schedule's already too packed. Everyone
Put it
stop
this way,
me from
it's
doing
never me.
It's not
I'm
you.
not the problem.
It's not you. It's me. It's not her. It's
your busy schedule.
All right, that's it. Thanks everybody for listening. Can't wait to see y'all in Vegas, or a bunch of you anyway.
Have a great week.
Have a great week. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Ready for breakfast, here's the table. Father, Mother, Bill, and Mabel.
Once upon a time, there was a hero named you. Find the next step of your quest at frogpants.com.